to another segment of Where is the Love? A dedication to love. Today you have your host, myself, Nichelle, Boss Lady Taylor. And today joining me, I have my married couple,
Corey, Kinder.
I'm Ebony Kinder.
I have a single male who also is one of our U.S. soldiers.
Sashi White.
And then we also have a single lady who is a research associate,
Sharice Creighton.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone. Thank you guys for coming to the show today. Our topic will be, are we losing our loyalty and faith in marriages? I'm going to open up the discussion and give my opinion. And then I will have my fellow guests give their opinion. We're going to be respectful of each other's opinions. Let the bartender know if you need another drink. Be comfortable, be yourself, and we're just going to get an understanding of love because this is what the show is about, okay? Good. Okay. Are we losing loyalty in marriages and faith? I believe that we are losing our loyalty in marriages because we are losing the journey of being one. We have a lot of people getting married and they're not ready, or they don't have an understanding of it. So we have a lot of divorce. And I start with, of course, our married couple.
People tend to get married for the wrong reasons. You know, they incorporate a whole lot of things that's not supposed to be done in the midst of a courtship. You know, and it kind of takes away from the value. It's almost like buying the cow and the milk. That whole little thing right there is basically based off of sex and different things like that.
I don't agree that it's based off of sex. You know, marriage is work, but sex is a good part of it. And that's a plus in marriage, but you gotta learn to get along and learn how to work things out. And some people not willing to put in work.
Looking from the outside, I mean, how do you view a marriage?
Well, you got the basis on the trust issues. You see what I'm saying? How you really feel about that person. Sex is good and everything. You love each other, blah, blah, blah. But what about the bad thing?
I'm not married right now because I think a lot of people get married just to say, I have a husband or I have a wife. When you go into a marriage, you have to make sure that both parties are ready to make that union. Because when you become married, you're one.
And one meaning definitely together and only with one person now. Is sex everything in a relationship?
It's marriage.
You have to have a lot more in a marriage. Not just sex, but you have to have, again, piggybacking off of some sheet, trust.
Is sex everything in your relationship?
It's definitely not everything, but can I say it's important? Yes, it's definitely important to have a healthy sex.
Yes, I agree with that.
I would say that loyalty is definitely missing in marriages that I see. I am engaged to be married and proud to say so. But what I see is that if you don't work at your relationship, okay, and if you don't apply that faith, you lose everything. Okay, therefore, whether you have the good sex without those two things, you have nothing. I'm going to ask you guys this: why do you think marriages don't last?
Marriages don't. It might be some love at the beginning, but I'm gonna bring that subject back up again. How do you really feel about that person?
Sometimes people get lust and love mixed up.
I like that.
People get married for the wrong reasons.
Well, I don't believe in divorce, and I know things happen, but that's because I understand the faith and loyalty in a marriage. So I believe in not going in blind and just have an understanding of it. And then it's a higher power over a marriage also. Right. That's why you become one. So it's so important to me, and that's why I take it serious. But if there's more loyalty in it, then nothing can break it. If there's more faith in it, you know to go to God. We'll come back after the commercial. Welcome back to Where is the Love? I'm your host, Nichelle, Boss Lady Taylor, and we're going to continue our conversation. Today we're going to discuss respect in a relationship. I just feel that, it's a difference between respect versus control. Okay? Now, if you're the type who's banking on your partner, you can't go anywhere, you can't have friends, where you been, that's a form of control because we're our own entity, our own individual. Now, as far as the respect level, if you have someone, you have a wife at home, you shouldn't be out all night. That's respect versus control. she don't need to call your phone because you respect her. What's your take on it?
I ain't gonna lie, when we first, got together, I had a problem. I was used to doing stuff a certain way, and if it wasn't done my way, it was no way.
The wrong way. And I had to speak up. Just like a closed mouth don't get fed, what you allow somebody to do to you is what they're gonna do to you. Respect is earned, not passed out like Halloween candy.
And that has a lot to do with why sometimes people cheat, which I want to ask you. Because we discussed, off camera, this situation we have been through. So I want to know, why do we cheat? What else could we be looking for?
The person that you're intimate with might not perform in the bed as another woman.
That's not the person you're trying to have a relationship with, or a lasting relationship where you can be committed to.
Right, but even in a relationship, your woman might not perform in the bed to please you.
And or
In
just spice it up.
comparison to something.
You might not have the pleasure that you are looking for.
Would you marry a man who couldn't satisfy you before? Now, okay, take this back. Some people wait until marriage. Okay, unfortunately, man was done. Unless you plan on cheating, but you say this, you're the faithful one. Would you have married that man? I want to.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, we don't need
That's why sometimes you go out and cheat.
No, I'm not.
Because your sexual nature is
I'm not lying.
your sexual nature is not pleased.
Because if you don't please me at that time, there's no need for me to be able to cheat on you. We're not gonna stay together. Why would
Get
I
up to that person that they know what's up. Baby, your stroke ain't stroking. And make a
But and
move.
let me add this
Right.
though. Now, mind you, before any of this, right? If you don't always put sex and or money above everything, which is your love and your relationship, then you wouldn't really have those words also, because you have strong love in your relationship.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's just like if you come in with money, if you lose it. If you have that love, you're not going to leave each other. You're going to help each other get it back.
But that's why I feel like you should not have sex before marriage, because
That's what it's gonna be.
How do you guys feel about bringing? Hold on. How do you guys feel about bringing that extra person in your sex life to satisfy that sex life, to make it go longer? So what do you guys think?
why you set yourself up for a downfall?
Okay, we're gonna come back after this break. We're gonna come back to that question. Welcome back to Where's the Love? Your host Michelle, Boss Lady Taylor. Now, before the break, we left on a very, very hot topic and very racy discussion, and we were wanting to know as far as marriage and is sex everything in a relationship. Bringing it all together, I wanted to know if it was okay to bring someone up into your marriage for the sexual satisfaction.
Menage a trois.
We would never have a threesome.
Ooh, now hold on now, cause I'm feeling different energy from both you guys. She's like no, and you're like
I gotta say this.
Did you see that?
I've toiled with him, just making a joke or saying something, and the look on his face looks like if I was with it, he'd be okay with it. He
Okay.
denies it, but he'd be like,
What guy wouldn't want two women? But I am satisfied where I am right now. Everybody has desires.
Gonna be two women.
Everybody has desires as a person.
You know,
I get
he
your
want to
point.
bring in another woman. What about bringing in another man?
Okay, that's getting back to the point what I was talking about.
Okay.
Y'all might too get bored with each other. So you have to excite it. So if menage a trois is
You
what
don't
you
let
want
it
to
get
do,
bored.
no, if a menage a
You
trois
don't
is
let
what-
it get bored.
There you go.
you gotta understand, if a menage a trois is what y'all want to do, then both of y'all gotta agree on that.
But what if she
But-
keep coming around and I gotta bust her face?
Ooh, I'm gonna piggyback off of that because I'm glad you said that. Now, my take on that, one thing I believe is love is God, God is love.
Right.
You don't play on the devil's playground.
No.
When you try things like that, okay, you better get ready for what it is. Okay? When your guy end up loving another guy
Exactly.
on accident, or your woman leave you for a woman or be more interested in a woman, then there's really no going back. It's like you're gonna lose something playing with something that's not necessary, because we're together and we're doing it all in one bed. That's the nastiest shit ever.
I mean, when you're in a relationship
Right.
with somebody and you're intimate with that person and you really genuinely into that person, sex is not just sex, it's love.
So you're watching someone bang the hell holler at your girl, or you watching your girl get banged by another, you know, just vice versa, you know, watching each other. And see, I make me want to pull this shit and beat the hell out of her and beat the hell out of my dude. I mean,
In a relationship, if you're trying to be as one, no, a menage a trois is a negative.
So you're saying you're trying to be in a marriage?
Okay, if you're trying to be in a marriage, but men and women has a tendency to get bored with each other.
Now, is that what we train to think, or is that what it really is?
No, that's what really is.
How do these marriages where they're 80 years old, they've been married for 50 years, 25 years, and they never experienced bringing someone in?
When you got somebody putting butter and milk on the table, that's a different thing. But when you have somebody to please you in bed, that's another thing.
Now, do you believe you can find all that?
Yeah.
I found all that.
I found that. That's why we got married. We
found
found
all
that. We found that. Once we get older, you gonna still want me. You gonna cheat on me. You know, he can feel if I'm not in the mood. You know, sometimes sex is for him. Sometimes it's for him.
Can I say something? I just had a proposition.
Oh, it looked like
I didn't expect it.
I want to know.
I didn't expect it. Just looked at me and said, how about we go see if our sex life is alright?
Yeah. You have to go and experience. You can't be scared to, take that leap, take that wild jump.
Where is the love?
It's obviously over there in that corner.
Okay, so I had a lot of fun with you guys. I learned a lot. My point is, and my mission is to put love back into the world. So if we have an understanding, now we can get an overstanding of love, and maybe we can say, hey, I can use that, or just have a better understanding of what it is.
Right.
So that's what the show is about. So we're gonna keep it fun, and we're gonna see you guys next week. Next week's topic is going to be based on movie versus real life. Is it really the same thing? And also, gay relationships. Is this the new age? See you next week. This is Boss Lady. See you next week.
The why is the future.